Okay, I'm here. Hold on, let me clean off the camera. Okay. So I am here. I know I was not in front of the camera, so if you was in here a few minutes ago, I do apologize. But I had to take care of something in the back, and it took longer than I thought it was. So I'm just in here, you guys, to answer any of your questions. If you have any surgical tech questions, or if you want to talk surgical tech talk, I'm here for it. So I'm just gonna wait, I guess, for you guys to come in. Let me lower the camera just a little bit and back it up. There, that's better. So while I'm waiting for you guys to come in, I'm going to order me something to eat and just wait patiently. I know it's Saturday. I am late. I did not come and post yesterday. I mean, earlier today, I should say. And I really was supposed, I was working, actually. I was working. It's really all it boils down to. And so I got caught up with doing that and didn't just have a chance to. Trying to turn that off. I'm about to order me something to eat. I guess I could talk about something. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to see if somebody has something that they want to add. But if not, then I'll make this video into something else that I was gonna talk about. Why does this keep playing though? So whoever's in here, say hey to me. Let me order me something to eat though. I should have did that earlier. Well, at least if you're gonna watch, at least like the video. Let's order some food. I think I want, like, I've been having a taste for burgers.
I chose not to reveal Miss McNamara's former employment because he saved my life once. And I owed him. But today's a new day, isn't it? Would you care to join me outside on the terrace?
Ancient Greek.
Hi, Prudent Mom. How are you? You had a good day today? I'm trying to order me something to eat right now, but I got to, I'm using my other phone. Did it download it? All right, well, so since it's about 5 minutes in, I guess I'll start talking about turning, how I turned my surgical tech pay into, basically into how I used it to basically be able to go down my entrepreneurship journey full time versus doing it when I had availability. And so the thing with being a surgical tech is you're mentally and physically tired at the end of the day. And so I knew that I was going to have to pick something as a side hustle that either didn't require me to go to another place, like an actual physical place, or it basically I wanted to be able to work from home, make money from home, and not just make it from home, make it on my own time. And so I went out on this path of really just trying to build my business online. And so I started getting traffic for my salon, from my salon clients. I started getting that through the internet. I started getting that through Google. And so that just gave me a different way to deliver my services, but I still hadn't got all the way on board with how to like sell products. And so then I went through this whole like process of trying to figure out how to grow my business online through SEO, which was the cheaper or less expensive option at the time because I didn't have money to do like paid advertising. And so paid advertising is like ads on YouTube. You can have display ads on Google. You can have search ads where if you type in a certain keyword, then ads will show up. And so the goal was for me to try to do something like that because I saw that the skills that offered me location flexibility and income restriction or no income restriction. So even with surgical tech, I was making good money, especially as a traveler. But the thing that I ran into was that even though I was making good money, it required me to either be away from home because I was traveling or to work long hours, even if I'm at home and just have to, I wasn't able to live the lifestyle I wanted to live, pretty much is what it boils down to. I wanted to be able to like go on vacation. I wanted to hang out with my son on his field trips when he was in school and things like that. And so being a surgical tech did not offer me that. It didn't, the money at that point didn't matter. It was more of like, how am I spending my days? But I will say I did get a chance to make enough money and like pay off debt and then start investing into the stock market as well as into my business. So I use the stock market more like a savings account, and that's just to beat the inflation pay, because with inflation, if you leave your money in a checking account or savings account, even though you're getting like point zero whatever percent they're going to give you at the bank, just inflation alone is going to increase your pay or increase. You're going to lose money with inflation. That's what I'm trying to say, not increase your pay. And so you're going to lose money with inflation if you just work out of if you just have your money sitting in a savings account at a bank. So I would put it in the stock market into like VOO or VYM, like a Vanguard ETF. And then they have a Vanguard ETF of the S&P 500, which is the top performing 500 companies that's in the stock market. And so I put my money into those because it diversifies my portfolio as far as like if something happens. So with the S&P 500, the Vanguard ETF with S&P 500, if one of the business isn't doing well, that's fine because I have other businesses that are gonna stay like balance out the loss, right? But if I was to just go purchase one specific stock like Amazon, Microsoft, or something like that, and I put all my money into that, then if they go down, then I'm gonna lose a lot of money. So I decided to not do that. And I just put the money in the stock market. Now the goal is to not have to take all of the money out of the stock market, but if I take it out, then I'm taking it out to basically be able to grow my businesses online. And that's the easiest way to do it. And not just businesses. I guess that to me sounds, now that I've been thinking about it, it sounds a lot more like task oriented, but like hustling online and hustling through websites, hustling. Like I know how valuable websites are, especially if they're ranking on the first page of Google. But it took me a while to learn this, and I was able to, hey Jay Davis, I was basically able to just take the money that I was getting from traveling and go into and put it towards what I wanted to invest in, which was business, and not just any business. I knew I didn't want a brick and mortar business. I knew I wanted a business that I could take and go anywhere with. I could travel. That was like the big thing. I knew I wanted to have the location flexibility, and I wanted to be able to spend more time with my son and not have to like rush and go to work and rush to take him to school and things like that. And so I just figured out a way. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just do it this way, even though it wasn't the path that most people were taking. Like when I tell most people that I quit my job to work, online, they look at me like, why would you do that? Like, why you can't do both? And what I would say is like, after a while, like for me, because I have been in the OR for so long, I was ready to completely focus on grow my business because I knew the OR would always be there. Like it's not gonna go. Being a surgical tech is gonna always be an option for me at this point. And so I know that, and because I know that, I decided to take a chance on the entrepreneurship. And then if I need to go back to the OR because I'm not making enough money, then I will. Facts. Yep. So that's what I did with my money. That's what I wanted. Like you can use whatever pay you have, but because most of the people on this channel, they come in here for like surgical tech information, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I just got to a point where I knew I wasn't gonna be able to make the type of money I wanted to make generational wealth. Yes, I wasn't gonna be able to make the type of money that I wanted to make in the hospitals or even traveling, because at the end of the day, I have to work so many hours to get the pay, right? So I don't want to have to work 50, 60, 70 hours just to make a certain amount of money. I want to be able to work, however many hours I need to, so I can go ahead and just hang out with my son, do whatever the hell I want to. Like, but it still does require me to do some work, but not like on other people's time. Like, I can do it when I want to do it. But I have to understand that when I'm not working, I'm not planting those seeds. So for me, it wouldn't be like, okay, so work is like where you get immediate gratification. So let's look at a job as like a microwave. And then we'll look at like an oven as an entrepreneurship. It might take a longer time for the microwave. I mean, it might take a longer time for the oven to warm up, but the oven is a healthier option versus the microwave. I hope that was a good like way to explain it. So for me, even though like it don't have to be you don't have to go out and get a whole like LLC and all that stuff, but at least some type of hustle that something that you like to do. Like, find something that you like to do and show other people how to do it. I think tow trucks is a good business. I think if you gonna do it, then you got well, they're making money, so they're making. I'm pretty sure that from what I remember recently getting in a car accident, the man told me it was like for him to tow me from St. Augustine to my house would have been like $250. Luckily my insurance paid for it, but if they wouldn't have, I would have paid $250. So that would have been about an hour drive. So you have to think about it like that. I don't want anything physical. I just like where I physically have to do something. Cause think about it, even if you paying other people to do it, it might work. But when you're thinking about like tow truck driving, you physically still have to be somewhere. Like, it's not appealing to me because it's not location friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like stuff that I can just go places if I want to go. Even I don't want to be restricted to having to show up at a specific place at a specific time. Yeah, that's it. But to each his own. You might like it. But me personally, I'm looking at more like skills in areas that will let me do what I want to do when I want to do it. So if I want to, go to travel to Thailand or wherever I want to go at, I want to be able to do my thing over there too. So stock market investing is definitely good for that. Forex trading and day trading is good. I don't do either one of those, but those both are on my radar to learn for 2021. Forex and day trading. I definitely want to learn both of those. I don't want to be gambling, but I definitely want to hop into that. And digital skills like YouTube editing. If you got a service or anything out like that right now, I wouldn't necessarily try to sell it. Maybe if you haven't started, but I would start a YouTube channel around it. Y'all already know I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I would start a YouTube channel around it. I would put social media behind it. I would do websites and stuff like that, because those are the skills. You have to think about what's happening in 2020 right now when I'm talking about this. In 2020 right now, half of Americans don't have, like, they lost their jobs or their time and hours and stuff got cut back. Even in the OR, you gotta think there isn't as many elective surgeries going on right now, so that's affecting people's money. So if your money being affected, but you can sell some stuff online, like, do that. I would do that. And because what's 30,000, 50,000, it don't matter how you get it, it's still 30 or 50,000, right? If you want to make $50,000 a year because that's what you used to at your job, then find a product or service that you can deliver either digitally. I would prefer it to be digitally, but you can start local. So local would be, maybe you start a business where you offering services in the local area, and then maybe you come up with a product to, support that service that you provide. I don't know if it's J Davis still in here. I don't know if tow truck would be it, but it's like, we'll just say, for instance, if it was like cleaning services, then you could offer products that will help the carpet stay cleaner longer or something like that. But when it comes, certain professions don't have specifically those things. Oh, okay. So yeah, that, like, certain professions don't have like products. But let's just say, even if it was a tow truck, you could talk about how to get the tow truck, how you could probably finance it, or and show people how they finance it, or maybe even offering like other jobs to other people. I'm trying to think. Oh, and then too, I don't really know what products. I don't really know what products and tools that tow truck drivers use. But if it was something that you could think of, maybe not sell it to the regular people, but maybe sell it to other tow truck drivers. Like that's what you got, like you options. Yeah, maybe if you was trying to sell, maybe like a regular person wouldn't be who you selling to. Maybe you selling to something to other tow truck drivers to make their job easier, right? Or maybe some type of information that you could teach them how to become a tow truck driver in 90 days or some shit like that. Like maybe it's something like that you can teach them. But I would say, especially for you, because I think you told me you already in HVAC, I would use HVAC. Even though you might not want to do HVAC, like I would use HVAC because you know about it. You already tapped into that knowledge. It would be easy to use that to pivot and to turn that into something. Well, I'm serious. I would definitely do something with HVAC. I would use that. I would make, maybe even make out a website, get it on Google, and then start selling those referrals to other people. You don't even have to take it. If you know some other people that do it, or you can even, once you get the traffic going, you can just call people and be like, hey, I got, this amount of traffic coming in. Can I refer them all to you? Or just reach out to other company or other people too that might be doing something like that in the neighborhood. Maybe don't reach out to just one, because you might end up with a lot of people, and then you want to be able to service them, right? And get that information or get that money so it'll translate over to you. But if you don't have the people to do it, then it might be hard. But I would definitely take whatever skill set you already have or hobby you already have, and I would leverage that with social media. I swear on everything. Even finding a job for surgical techs, or even looking for schools and stuff like that for surgical techs. Social media is not, it doesn't really matter what your intention is, whether it's to look for a school, you're going to use social media. If you're going to grow your business, you're going to use social media. If you are trying to get a job, you're going to use social media. So it's up to you how you want to use it, right? So do you want to use it to learn more about a specific profession, or to get more clients, if you, or more referrals? It just depends on what you want to, how you want to do it. But me personally, I'm doing it from the perspective of, we got to top it up. Yeah. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of business, because social media is like, I remember before this, and I don't feel like I'm that old, right? But I remember before social media was available to business owners, being an entrepreneur, like an online hustler or something like this, was not available to us. And it's just like, to me, I'm super like, I'm almost scared, because I'm thinking something like they're going to stop it. Like, that's my thing. Somebody's going to stop us from being able to make money like this, because this is a huge opportunity for all of us to get on the board as far as like generational wealth. And this is, to me, it was easy to do online stuff, because when I would go to work, you tired when you come home, especially being that OR, like you had to get up about an hour or so early, and you still have to commute to the place. Then you got to deal with, the doctors and the case and all of that stuff. And then you got to commute back home and be a parent, because I'm a mom. And so by the time I got done doing all that, I had no energy to go to travel to another job. Like, I don't got time for that, or to take extra call, or to work extra hours. Like, that just wasn't an option for me, right? It wasn't. I was already feeling like I was away from my son too long throughout the day. Even with traveling, like, I just knew I had a goal in mind, and my goal was to stack enough bread. Now, I didn't know the pandemic was going to happen, but my goal was like to stack enough bread, stack enough money to where I could stay home and I could just do my business. Now, with the pandemic happening, it threw a little bit of a wrench in my plans, but it was okay. I just had to cut back on my spending, and like, it actually all ended up working out, honestly, to be quite honest with you. Everything worked out the way that it was supposed to. And so I'm grateful for that. But I just knew, like, working as a surgical tech for another 5 or 10 years just wasn't gonna be something I wanted to do. I wanted to just hang out with my kid and just enjoy my garden, and and just do whatever I want to do. If I want to drink a bottle of wine in the middle of the day, like I want to do that in my garden with my chickens. Like I enjoy that. Or maybe listening to music, watching YouTube videos, watching TikTok videos, learning how to make those videos. Like right now, I put enough money up to be able to learn certain skill sets and things that I can't really, I could do it while I'm working in the OR, but at the same time, if I'm working all day, I'm too tired to really learn a whole lot. So when I first started, I could only maybe stay up a couple of hours, extra, maybe 1 to 2 hours extra at night, or all the whole weekend instead of hanging out with my friends. I'm sitting at home learning SEO, and just like deep into YouTube trying to figure out search engine optimization and how to design. What time do the chickens go? Oh, they go to sleep at when they can't see at night. And so they end up closing their like shutting everything down when the sun go down. So right now, if you don't know about chickens, I probably should do like an update on my chickens. But if you don't know, they need more sun to start laying eggs because the days are shorter in the winter. Their eggs get cut. Now the ones, 6 of the ones I have now aren't laying eggs, but they will be in a couple months. But my other two big girls, they're laying eggs, and my egg production has been shortened because my days are shorter. But yeah, so the chickens normally when the sun go down, like it's like dusk to dawn, like because they can't see, and they're prey animals, so they can't really see. They can't see. So at nighttime, if I walk up on them right now, like they won't be able to do nothing. They're like sitting ducks or sitting chickens, so to speak. But yeah, so if y'all out there, like, just I would find a side hustle, even if you want to go to surgical tech school, even if whatever you SPD want to go to surgical tech school, whoever it is out there, like, yeah, do it because it is enough money to help you. Now you can do what I did with any job, but what I would say with surgical tech, what it helped me do was create a like more than the average income. Even in a shorter period of time when I was traveling, I was still being able to make over $60,000 in like 6 to 7 months. And that wasn't even being taxed at that. That was being taxed at like 30,000 or $40,000. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me in that sense. So I'll say that. But at the same time, it just wasn't fulfilling. I knew it wasn't gonna do it long term because I already had been bit by the entrepreneur bug. Like I had already knew what it was like to start making money online and to not really have to go to somewhere and work for a long period of time before I actually got paid. Like that just wasn't. It just wasn't appealing to me. I ain't gonna even lie. Like it served its purpose because there was a time where I didn't have like I would have had to go back to school or had to become a nurse or some PA or hospital administrator or something like that because I wouldn't have been able to. It wasn't like as no, I'm not starting no fans only. I can do my own thing on my own website. I'm definitely not doing no fans only. Mm-mm. But I do. I have heard. I mean, I have heard people on there that don't do all the extra stuff. But that's like yeah. I'm not gonna do fans only. But I'll do something else maybe that has a little more more access. But it won't be fans only. That's just not gonna cut it. But yeah, I would. But fans only is an option for some people. Now I ain't knocking it. It just ain't for me. It might be for somebody else out here to go. Even like cam girls. That's something. I wasn't gonna be a cam girl, but I looked into starting a website for like adult entertainment. It just come with too many restrictions, and I don't want to end up like getting banned and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna do anything. If I did anything with adult entertainment, well, I'm not gonna because it's just too risky. It's too risky and it'll shut your accounts down. I'm just not interested in having my accounts shut down, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or none of that. I work. Wait a minute. I worked with another surge tech 2 years ago. She's sitting on Slim Thug lap during the day. Oh, during his B-Day party. Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe that was her thing. But what if I can make more money than what she making doing shit like that? By like just like doing something basic like writing an ebook or like offering consultant services because that's what I kind of would like to do is just try to like sit down and help people figure out what kind of hustle they can do with their job and like some more stuff. But I think because I did it as being a single parent, like because I was able to transition from the employee employed person to a full-time online entrepreneur. And I mean, I'm still new in it, honestly, like because I didn't really go full in. If I would have well, I can't even say that because what I was gonna say, if I wouldn't have been working as a surgical tech, I would have been able to go full in. I would have been able to go full in sooner. But surgical tech gave me money faster than anything else that I was doing, and a lot enough money to support what I wanted to do. So sometimes, like you can look at other jobs and other things that you might want to do, but they might not be able to support your home expenses, your monthly expenses, and the monthly expenses along with whatever you're trying to do outside of the home. So I knew that I needed to make enough money to have to pay my monthly expenses and to maintain my home, and I also needed enough money to be able to support my business journeys. And so that's what I just did, y'all. I just made a note. I was like, okay, surgical tech will give me enough money to do this and this and this. I can live off of this amount, and it ain't gonna like I might not be able to ball out, but I can still kind of enjoy my life. You know what I'm saying? I do it. I just enjoy simpler things now. I just take, I have more gratitude for the simpler life because I appreciate what's happening on the back end of it. So it might not be for you to live like how I live. That might be like weird or something, but my goal is to basically focus on building my empires right now. And so one of them is online. And it's just what it is. It's not nothing it's not for everybody. I will say that. Everybody don't want to, mess around with chickens and rabbit manure, rabbit poo, and all that type of stuff. But I'll do all of that stuff just to learn it. And what I know now is that when I'm exploring different journeys, when I'm going down different paths and learning different things, they end up all connecting, you guys. Like it always end up connecting. So dibble and dabble in different things. Don't just stay focused on like one thing in life. Because if you stay focused on one thing, you ain't gonna have like enough perspective. Like you need to get like an overview versus being in the like jungle. Like you need to come up above the trees sometimes. And sometimes coming above the trees is you doing different things. And like I say, it connects for me sometimes. Like, and because I learned how to do one thing in one area, something else clicked for me in a different area. And it be working like that with multiple things, with hair, with my cosmetology part, my surgical tech part, the blogging part, the gardening, the animal husbandry, the single mom life, all of that stuff is playing like different roles in my life. They're giving me different perspectives. Like gardening definitely taught me patience, and they still teaching me patience and being more delicate and like just like more humble to situations. And the same thing with the animals. Like I'm way more, trying to understand how to care for them and make sure they're having a good life here on earth. So to me, it just helped me having animals and having a garden just makes me a better overall person, because then I'm able to bring different type of like emotions and stuff to my relationships with humans, where I can be more compassionate and understanding and open to, your needs, but not without, hey Jay, not without like, I'm not gonna put myself into, I'm not gonna let you take too much from me, but I am a lot more understanding when it comes down to people, because of animals. But too, I'm like, even with the garden though, you guys, like I had to learn how to they doing good. They actually like the banana plants they look so bad right now, you guys. They're all brown. Banana does not do well in the wintertime. And I have so many of them that I was not gonna go out there and cover them all. And so they are dying, but the pineapples are doing well. They're surviving. They haven't died. They'll be fine though. They'll just slow down the growth, but they won't die. My mango tree is getting, yeah. Well, they won't all the way go. They won't all the way go away. They'll just slow down how they're growing, so they won't like die. But the bananas will come back if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the bananas definitely come back every time, every single time, and they come back like olives. They come back with multiples normally. And so the mango tree and my papaya tree and my fig trees are like, they just struggling right now. But it's fine. Everybody will like perk back up when it warms up again. I don't know what to do about my well, I don't know about the mango tree because it's my first, not the mango tree, excuse me, the papaya. I haven't grown one of those before, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna work out, but we're just gonna let it flow how it is. I have grown some cabbages and stuff like that, so that's kind of exciting. Not cabbage like what you probably thinking out the store, but these is like some Chinese cabbages and some blue cabbages or purple cabbages. So I'm gonna try that, but I'm really like slacking on my garden because I wanted to have more stuff in. So I'm gonna start definitely planting more stuff in January. So you guys will definitely get that. I got some footage now on there. But I think I'm gonna wait until January to start putting up. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, how did you know? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back to them in January. I'm gonna start putting them back. I'm just trying to. I'm playing with the YouTube algorithm right now, trying to figure out like, I think I'm doing right now though. I think I'm pretty sure that it's responding to me post more, excuse me, and going live. I like going live. What I learned about going live though is that sometimes, like if I'm trying to talk about a specific topic, then it kind of throws, it throws me off. But that's fine because now I'll just make a video on whatever I need to say that I want to actually have a that I don't want to be interrupted with. I'll just make a video on that, and then I'll still go live and answer people questions and see how it goes. Excuse me. I started on TikTok too recently, so that's kind of cool. I haven't all the way figured it out yet, but I did put some videos of. I ain't gonna be doing all that twerking and all that stuff on there, but I'll have a little bit of fun over there. My son on TikTok, so I got to like make sure I can, see what he got going on, keep my eye on him, parenting in 2021. So that's exciting. I think I'm a little more excited about TikTok than what I thought I was gonna be. Now, if you into business and marketing or digital spaces like that, TikTok is all the talk right now. TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest. They do have a new app out called Clubhouse, but it's invite only and it's just voice. But for the most part, I'm definitely looking more into like just different marketing strategies. It make you sad? Why? Why make you sad? Oh. No, don't let it make you sad. I be over there like having a good old time. I be laughing at people. Sometimes they do be like sad stuff on there. Like I seen a girl today. She was like, "I'm getting off. You guys have like," they said something to her, I guess, and it made her sad. All these sad videos. Yeah, I did see something like it was something about it having some sad, but I just try not to. I skip that. Like I ain't finna even watch that at all. I'm not giving it too much time. Man, I be hating when I can't figure out my password. I should have been ordered me something to eat. I want some Taco Bell, but I think it's gonna mess my stomach up. But yeah, so I would definitely try to take. I would try to take my. But if you got a business, you can hop over there. I'm telling you, or not even a business. Like if you want to do a YouTube channel or something like that, definitely go over to TikTok and start like doing. Don't do all of the like extra stuff that people be doing. But from what I can see is if you can, it's a couple of things that you can do that might be more like, up your alley. Like I did a duet where I responded to some questions about Florida. I did a stitch where I said it was like say something about your state in three words without saying the name of your state, and so I did that. Just a couple of just some fun stuff, just having a little bit of fun with the app, trying to learn it, and so yeah, I'm excited. I actually had the app on my phone for a while and I wasn't using it, and a lot of people think it's for kids, but the truth is it might have been for kids, but there's a lot of adults on TikTok getting views and stuff like that, and you can just use the views for however you want. Hopefully it's a good hopefully the message is good. I really don't know my or maybe it's that. I'm trying to like log into my DoorDash account. I've been trying to log in on this other phone for like the whole time we've been on the phone. I mean on live. So yeah, I definitely think hold on, is that it? Man, this just sucks. But yeah, so I was just talking about earlier though, just making sure you like take the money that you're making and try to put it into something that is gonna bring you some more money, whether it's a business or the stock market. I choose the stock market and business. I'd rather put my money in the stock market and then pull it out when I need it than to just have it sitting in my checking account. I wish I knew what my password was. That's terrible. But yeah, so I was kind of slacking today. I didn't really do any I didn't really do a whole lot of work because I was physically working in the studio. I had moved some stuff around. I'm gonna go in there and like, I got some stuff I want to do in there. So I'm kind of excited to get that under control, and then maybe I'll show you guys what's going on there in there. My ass been trying to get me into stocks, but it's hard for me to get into as far as research. Use Robinhood. Use Robinhood, and actually, if you wait, I'll do a review on it, and then you could get a free start with Robinhood, and you can just kind of get a feel for the app. I like Robinhood because it's easy to use, and it's just like a regular app. Like it'll make sense to you when you see it. It's not like, unless you already got Robinhood. If you don't have Robinhood, then I would start with them first because the interface is very user friendly, and all you have to do is connect the bank account and transfer the funds in, and then you can pick where you want the funds to go at. Like I say, I would choose a Vanguard ETF to put your money in. If you want, I'll make a like a video, or you not a video, but a blog post explaining to you why. But I definitely think doing Robinhood is the easiest ways for you to get started. And then once you go, if you want to go to something like Fidelity or somebody bigger, what is it, Charles Schwab or somebody like that, I think that's the name of it. If you want to go to somebody like them, then you could transfer your Robinhood stocks to one of those other. You can transfer the shares to another account, brokerage account, if you want to. So, but I would just start with something easy because it's easy. It's not like you're gonna always be making money, but if you leave, like I don't use my checking account or my savings account to hold money in it. I wouldn't do that. You got too much access. Now let's just say if you did need the money, you could still transfer it back out from your Robinhood account. But I always end up removing the money because I don't understand how many shares. Oh, well, look at how much money. And plus, I'm too impatient. Yeah, first you got to not be impatient. And two, just leave it over there. Just send it over to an ETF and just leave it in there. Maybe then take the app. Like, well, I wouldn't tell you to take the app off the phone, but I would just try to not spend the money. Like, just send it over there, put it in something, and then just leave it there and understand why it's there. But to me, it just gave me like a extra barrier between me being able to like spend money immediately and having access to money that I might need, for whatever situation that pop up. So instead of me keeping money on me, or not on me, but in my checking account like that, instead of having thousands of dollars in my checking account, I decided to keep the money in the stock market and just pull it out as I need it, sell shares off as I need it. And so I would start with Robinhood and just play with it. And then too, like I said, think of you a little side hustle. That's where you're gonna get the best return, but you just gotta like think of what you like to do. It's gotta be something you like to do. Something you good at, or something you want to get good at. You finna start this new journey on something. Like my ex made $75 in 3 months and he was excited. I'm like, I don't get high. But $75, he ain't do shit for it though. In your regular checking account, it wouldn't have made no money. You would have actually lost money. You might not be able to see it because we don't really pay attention to inflation as a loss, but inflation happens every year. So you have to account for that. And just having your money in a checking account don't account for enough. You need to make like 4%, about like 3 plus 4% on your money to even make a profit. And then most accounts don't give you that. Most savings accounts won't give you that during a year. So you can do a high yield savings account like Ali Bank or whatever, like that one, that you could do it over there. But me personally, I was just like, I'm gonna just put the money in the into my stock, different stock accounts, and as I need, if I need the money, then I'll just sell off. I'll sell off a couple of shares. But I would send the money over there and just start, because it might $75 in 3 months might not be a lot, but think about the next year. Then it's $150 or more the next year, right? So and then the next year it's even more than that, and that's only in 3 months. We ain't even doing like a 12 month. So let's just say he made $75 4 times. That's what 20. That's 28. 30. Is that 30? Is that $300? So if he made $300 a year, I think that's $300. Y'all don't come for my math, but I think that's $300. So if he made that in a year, and he did that again the next year, maybe it's 600. It's not a lot, but over the long term and with more money, he'll be making more money. So if he could only afford to put in a certain amount, then that's what he was probably only making $75. But if the more money you can put in, the more money you're gonna make with the stock market. So that's why I feel like the true. I feel like the stock market is good. That's easy, but you could do a hustle and make more than that faster, right? But the thing about the hustle is it might require a little bit more work than the stock market, so it's a trade-off. So either you do the stock market and you dump more money into it to get a faster return, or you can go take less money and dump it into a business and still get not a fast return, but a quicker return. Or I don't really want to say faster or quicker, but like it wouldn't take as long as it would with the stock market, but the stock market might be easier for you to do, because all you doing is investing into the stock markets. A company, a business, or a side hustle, you might have to learn something and do all of this other stuff, but it's easier for you to get into. It's not as hard for you to get into a business, because it might only cost you, like, for real, to run a website. Like, you can run a website for about $30 a month with a email service and everything. So $30 a month, that's what, 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's about $1,200 a year. You can definitely run a business, or not run a business, maybe start a side hustle with that, and maybe some more time. I don't really gamble. I ain't really a gambler. No, not really a gambler. I don't like losing my money. I like working with the numbers. Like, what's the chances of me actually making a return on my investment? Gamblingly, it's too much chance involved. For me, business is still risky, but it's not as risky as gambling. Like, when you're looking at, okay, let's do a risk factor. So the lowest risk that you could probably have might be, well, I wouldn't even say the lowest, but we'll just say the stock market, maybe not as it's kind of it's not aggressive, and then we'll say business is a little more aggressive, and then we'll say casino is extremely aggressive and risky. See, yeah, I don't. But see, now if you take that same $1,200, right? Now, or so you say $100. So if we could divide 100, you could run a bit. You could start a hustle off $100, and it'll make you more than $1,200. You know what I'm saying? Is that we in that type of world right now, where $1,200 in the stock market ain't gonna get you that much. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, if you do 12 months, like, to get 1,200 in the stock market is gonna require a lot of money, and to even invest $1,200 is not gonna give you a lot of return. So I mean, it's not like what you're looking for. It's gonna be like pennies, or not that much for the whole year. So then I would do, instead of doing the stock market, I would take the 1,200 and invest it into a hustle, and I would leverage my time instead of money, because sometimes we have more time than money. which time is way more important. Time is actually, way more valuable than money because we can't get our time back, but you can always earn more money. I need to stretch my back, my God. But yep, y'all be stretching. No, don't be intimidated. It's just a post office box. And as long as you ain't doing that illegal, you'll be good to go. If you do something illegal, you're gonna have something to worry about, right? I have no idea what my password is. This is terrible. Oh, oh no, I didn't. I thought I had got in. Maybe it's my Facebook. Oh, I think that worked. Oh, it did. Good. Now I can order something to eat. I kind of want some Taco Bell, but I don't know. I wish I could order a Publix sub. That would be really good. Y'all got Publix where y'all from? I probably shouldn't get no more checkers. I done had checkers a couple of days in a row. I'm worried I'm gonna manage my time because I'm doing my prereqs for school and nurse. Oh, you okay? This is my discard that message. But yeah, I would definitely. I mean, uh, do we want some KFC? I ain't had KFC in a long time. But yeah, I would look into doing some type of side hustle. I would do everything that I'm doing that you want to do, but just understand that if you put a little bit of extra time to the side, that you can do like you can have your little side hustle, and that side hustle one day is gonna bring you money. That my problem is I'm worried that I'm gonna make good enough money with clinic and now. That's a very much possibility, but what's the point of going to nursing school? Is you just want to be a nurse or you just want to go make the money? I think if it's about the money, I say do the cleaning service. That's what I say. That's just my opinion. I would do the cleaning service. Oh, you want to be a nurse? Well, yeah, just take your time then. Don't make it into a rush. Just take your time with the nursing part of it, right? I mean, you could always be a nurse. That's not nursing school is not going anywhere. You could just do that as you like do it on your at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be anything immediate. Hi, Karina. Would you recommend starting in a hospital setting? Oh, a hospital. And maybe get a PRN. Like I would go full time at the hospital for a little while. And then if you want to go to PRN, you can go to PRN and then start like going to other centers, surgery centers. But I would go to a hospital first because you're gonna get more exposure at a hospital to different cases. I would definitely go to a hospital first. Now, if you can't find a job, that's different. Like if you're struggling with finding a job, then I say go wherever you can get a job at. But I would still be mindful of needing more experience. So you might have to leave your area to get the experience that you're looking for sometimes. I'm not saying you will, but if you that's just if you stay in a small like area. I know some places have small areas and they don't have enough options to do other things like to get as many to get scrubbed in to get the experience they need to get because they only have like limited cases that's available. Because of COVID, my clinical portions got cut from 6 months. Oh wow. Yeah, well, you know what though? That's fine. That sucks, but that's fine. Then I would just go to a hospital that is a training facility. Because if it's a training facility, then they already know that, they're gonna have to teach you anyways. And most places don't have a problem with training you, especially if you're a new tech. Most places won't have a problem with training you. I'm looking at like, oh, you're extremely welcome. I'm trying to order me something to eat, but I was looking at Wawa's and I don't think I want Wawa's. I've seen, yeah, they probably want a commitment. Normally, when I see something like that, it's a commitment that's required. You know what I'm saying? Like they might want to, what I'm trying to say, like a 2-year commitment as a surgical tech in that area. You might have to stay there for that, for a little while. Mm. Yeah, if they ask for a commit, if they ask for what is it like a signing bonus? They give it to you all at once or in increments. It depends. I've seen people give it to you all at once, and I've also seen people give it to you after like a certain like after 90 days or something like that. So it might be after 90 days. Okay, I think I'm done ordering my food. But yeah. Oh, good. Perfect. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Okay. I think it's that. So I mean, if y'all is I wonder if y'all have any more questions. Okay. They confirmed that. What y'all eating tonight? Hmm. I know most people got to go to work in the morning, right? I was thinking about actually. Ooh, that sounds so good. Ooh, hi. Is it Skia or Sky? Sorry if I said it wrong. I'm done with orientation at a level 1 trauma center in a week. Any suggestions on how to be successful in my first week? Yeah, okay. First week on my own. Someone suggested going 2 nights and throwing myself in. Yeah, I would definitely. I don't know about going to nights. Maybe if you're off orientation, maybe stay on days just to get more familiar with the cases and then go to nights. I might not have started with nights, but if you go to nights, the thing about being on nights is you don't know what you're going to get in a trauma center, right? And so well, I guess you don't really know ever, but I would start with days because then you'll have more resources available to you, more people there to help you with the cases if you need help. And there's nothing wrong with needing help. So don't ever feel like, oh, I should know this and this, that, and the third. Like, even if you should know it, if you need help, then it's okay to ask for help. I would rather you ask for help and then for you to pretend that you know what you're doing and then like screw up and you just in there in the middle of the night with nobody else. It's just gonna make it harder for you and the dog, and they're gonna be probably madder at you at night, than they are at during the day when if you just came in and said, okay, I don't really know what to do. I need help or something like that. Okay, that's what I'm gonna get. So I would definitely do that. I would look into trying to get maybe not go in the same room with another tech, but if you fresh off orientation and you still worried, the daytime is gonna have the most resources for you than the nighttime. You're not gonna have that many resources. It's not gonna be as many coworkers available to you at night than it would be during the daytime. So that's what I would do. I think she said you're welcome. Or thank you. Okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense. That actually what I that's actually what I signed up to do, days for low. Yeah, I would just do days. That to me that makes way more sense for a new tech to do that before jumping into nights when, like I say, you won't have as many people available to you at night. And that's just not like, oh wait a minute, that's not what you want. You don't want to be stuck in something that you can't get out of. Especially if the dog, how they be acting if they was like asleep or something. I mean, in the middle of the night, you don't want to be frustrated and like fumbling and trying to figure out stuff. You want to just get in there, get it done, and get out. At least that's how I would feel. So yeah, hang on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So yep. Did I miss anything? Oh, what I did. What are some things that you keep note? What are some things you kept notes for sure and for sure in the beginning, trays, instruments, draping. I would take pictures of my setup or whoever I'm working with, their setup. And then I would kind of write down the process sometimes. What would you say would make you most successful? Well, in the beginning, we didn't have like what you guys had, so I had to take notes. Um, like I would take notes on my card, and then, but these days you got like your phone, so if you training, they should let you take a picture of your phone, take a picture of the setup at least, and then you can write down on a card or maybe in your note in your thing on your phone, like this, and this. Or I would definitely take a picture of the setup. The draping part and all of that stuff will come. If you take a picture of the setup, that'll have the instruments and the trays and the drapes and everything. Like maybe when you go back, if you can take a picture of it, take a picture of it because that's gonna help. Take a picture of it before the patient get in the room. Don't get no identifying information and all that stuff in the picture. No HIPAA information. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is surgical tech school? You're gonna have to ask one of them because I went to surgical tech school in 2006, and mine was hard because I was in the military. So we not only had to go to school for like 8 hours, but we had a PT sometimes twice a day. So that kind of sucks. I've been taking notes, but just wondering if there is anything else I can do. Yeah, I would take notes. I would also Google it and YouTube, and maybe get different perspectives of different surgeries. So you can kind of see there's not anybody doing setups and stuff online, but if you can get an idea of like the surgery and the process. I appreciate your time. Oh, you're welcome. I'll be better about taking. Yeah, I would take pictures if you can. If that's the option, I would definitely take pictures. Sorry, guys. Sky, how long did it take for you to find a job? I think she's still in clinicals. Oh, wait a minute. No, she's off orientation. Yeah, how long did it take for you to find your job? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And on the trauma team, that's really good. The trauma team is you'll be able to get a job anywhere after leaving there. You should be able to get a job anywhere. I would definitely stay there about a year or two if you can. Yeah, that was a good move, honestly. Yeah, I just treated everybody like yeah, that and honestly, that's really good advice because they are you are being interviewed, honestly. Yeah, no, you're welcome. That was a good move. It might suck, so don't even if it do suck, like just deal with it for a little while. Not like disrespect, but you gonna just take notes, take pictures, just write down maybe after you get done with a case, like go in the room and take your phone. I use my phone for everything. You can just talk into your phone and say whatever you need to say about the case. Like I learned this, and this, and this case. Like almost dictate and like what they do, but in a different like in your own way for yourself. Personal questions you don't have to answer, but are you satisfied with your starting pay? Oh, so yeah, how do you like well you don't have to tell us how much money you're making, but are you satisfied with it? That's a really good question. Look at y'all. That was a really good question. I know the last like surgical tech, the new surgical tech that I met, I haven't asked anybody how much money they're making. Like, okay, I do feel like I would get more first assist opportunities at hospitals that doesn't teach though. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to do that. It took me well when I it didn't take me a while to work as a first assist because they train you in the military. They used to. I don't know about now, but they trained us to do both. Okay. But yeah, that's cool though. So do you feel like are you comfortable with your pay though? I'm mostly satisfied with my starting pay. I wanted between 25 and 27 to start and I got the lower end plus the benefits and I'm lying. Oh, okay, so that's still not bad cuz for your first couple of months, I mean like the first we'll say by the time you leave, you'll have enough experience to go make well. You'll make more than that. You just need to stay there for a couple of months. Well, like a couple of years, I would say, maybe a year or two. Maybe you might even be able to get away with a year because you at a trauma center, so you might be able to see more. But I would stay there for about a year, and I would still stay friends with people. Like you don't let's not burn no bridges, right? Because you might not need to leave the hospital as a res or in a reference, but you can use one of your coworkers as a reference, right? So stay cool with people. Don't burn no bridges. And then what I would do is I would go travel after that, and you can go travel. Then you can go become a first assistant if you want to. You'll be making enough money, and you'll have like you have a good. That'll be a trauma is a good foundation for you to start traveling. Oh, okay. Thanks. I live in Washington too. Are you familiar with Fort Lewis or Lakewood? Girl, I know it. That says around the corner. I'm just. It's probably cold in Washington right now. Like, ooh. I know, yeah, trauma is hard though. Trauma is, well, you know, like you're gonna get exposed to more in trauma than you would in a regular hospital, and so just take advantage of that. Yeah, that ain't right. That's not right. I don't have the air conditioner on in here at all. Like I don't have the air, well, not the air conditioner, but the heater on. It's probably 75 degrees in here. It's not cold. It's raining, Jay. It's not cold where I'm at right now. Well, it's like 70. Let me see. It say my thermometer say it's 75 in here right now. That's with no air conditioner or heater on. It's not raining here though, Jay. I'm in North Florida, so Jade is in. Are you in South Florida, Jay? I think Jade is in South Florida. I'm in Jacksonville. Planet Mula. I'm saying it's warm in South Florida. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. I need to use punctuation. My bad. Oh, you good. Love J. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, haven't been there though. I'm in the downtown Seattle. I've been to Seattle before. I went to the Tom Hanks restaurant. I can't remember the name. I think I don't. Is it Forrest Gump? What was the name? I can't remember the name of his restaurant, but I did go to. And matter of fact, I lost my ID while I was there. I lost my whole like. I was in the Navy then. I lost my whole wallet while we was out hanging out there. It was actually I had a really good time in Seattle. Fort Lewis is where all the G's get DUI. Don't get no DUI. We do not need that in our life, right? That is not what we need in our life. So yeah, you guys. Let's see. I can't stay on long. My phone is already finna go dead. Y'all don't be mad at me. But look, I've been looking at my I was looking at my I'm headed out, but I like to say I'm grateful. Oh, anytime. Anytime. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And we're grateful for having you and your energy in here today. Congratulations on your position. Good luck. Nothing but the best. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Oh, thank you. Okay, look, I'm like getting confused. Okay, good night. Yeah, you guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Is it not? It is not. It is pretty late, right? For it to be a Sunday because people got stuff to do in the morning. I did not come on and do my morning motivation this morning, y'all. I didn't post no video today, but I was like, okay, I ain't post no video and I ain't go live this morning. Oh, okay, no, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bruh, it's not 8:30. Jay, bruh, it's not 8:30. We gonna make it to 9:30. I'm all in on 9:30. But my phone gonna go dead and this y'all need to follow me on TikTok too. No, you good. I'm on TikTok too, so go over there and follow me. But really, you don't need to. I want to see how TikTok work as far as like, I just want to see what they got going on. I'm excited for that. That really has me excited. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go, you guys, because my phone gonna go dead, and I don't want it to go dead. But I'm glad you guys popped in with me. Is she a Libra? What a Libra? Why? Cause she friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and go, Jay. I'll be back on in the morning. I should be good in the morning, and then yeah. So have a good evening. I hope you guys have a good, rest of your evening. Enjoy your what you said you had with some rice, some curry goat and rice. See, I'm real jealous of that. Like that wasn't even fair. That was like a low blow. I think you said curry goat and rice and some rice. But I'm going to go ahead and yeah, you too sleep well.